sorry for making this an accidental two-parters. Went off and stuff. I don't have it, but I'm back. I'm back, and yeah, I was thinking I got it wrong. It was like a prelude, like a prologue, like first it was like a regular Sonic comic, and then like a mini short thing with Jeffrey and stuff, and then it would lead to the mini series. And the mini series, like, now it's like, you know like, you see Princess Sally's trainees for the next generation of freedom fighters, and they're doing like a regular mission, and Jeffrey appears, and like Hamlin is a pig, and he doesn't trust Jeffrey, and then like gets crazy because like it turns out like no, like at the end of the first um issue of the mini the first one, because there's only 3 issues to a mini series, Princess Sally's mini series, and like the first one ended with Jeffrey teleporting, which never comes up again. Mind you, that would be very cool to know. And like you see him looking at a pod with Princess Sally, he's like, my love. And then, like, in the second issue, like, he kidnaps her when she's sleeping, put her in the pod, and then you see another one came out. He puts a one wearing, and like in the second one, Princess Sally's wearing purple, and they want to ambush and like attack a Robotnik base, and no, and then it turns out in issue 3, it's like, oh, Jeffrey was pretending to make a deal with Dr. Robotnik, so like they could destroy it with a robot version of Princess Sally. It turns out he wasn't a traitor. He was making it seem like it to Dr. Robotnik. And like you could tell that what the robot was, because she was wearing purple compared to Princess Sally. And I was like, oh, it's fine character, but like he keeps on kissing her, man. Like every time he appears, he kissed Princess Sally. Well, except for at the end game saga, which is 3, near the end of the 47. Like there's an end game thing. I'll get to that soon. It's like he keeps kissing her every time he sees her. He's like, "Sup, love," and then kissing. Princess Sally did nothing about it. And like, no, like, no, it happened like twice, and then no, like, like and then we finally get to see him interact with Sonic, and like Princess Sally's basically oblivious to it. Like, why would you let him kiss you when and you're into Sonic too? Like, I got 2 lovers now. It's like, what? I mean, I got 2 romantic interests, and like, you could tell Jeffrey to back off, but he's like, well, I mean, yeah, but she just allows him to do it. He's like, love, and yeah, that's about it. No, he doesn't like Sonic. Sonic doesn't like him, obviously. No, Antoine doesn't like him. Oh, okay, like yeah, a lot of the characters are good. Like first in the beginning, like like when it was the Sonic Adventure Archie comic thing, like they had the robot henchman from them. Then after issue 15, they only appear for like 2 issues, and like there were like this crab robot, but then like no, and then like they were replaced with Sneedly, which turned out to be Dr. Robotnik's nephew. Like first he called him Master, then he just calls him Sir, and like no, and like he's like, I want to rule. I want Dr. Robotnik out of the way, but I'll do it underhanded. No, that's he's a fine henchman. No, he's not annoying or anything. He's like he's basically like an evil version of Antoine, which is pretty funny. But okay, yeah, yeah, like when I was talking about Tales of My Independence, like not like well, yeah, like one of the issues, like a midpoint, like Sonic wants to like get transformed into a robot, get roboticized. Princess Sally says no, and then he got like bonked in the head at a gym with from Knack the Weasel, and then got transformed into it. And then there was like a big giant fight with Knuckles, and then Knuckles like Princess Sally like, oh, I want to transform you into a robot so you have a chance. And then a robot Knuckles defeats Metal Sonic, and like turns out like says he got like a 1 billionth ring that gives him a magic aura that basically protects his consciousness. Like Nicole, which is like after like Sally puts on the vest, she gets a little smart device that's from the future that was made from Princess Sally in the future and sent to the past. Well, I mean they say one of the possible future, and basically like a Jarvis, to tell them like she, but like that she's helps Sonic get back his uh animal form again, which doesn't really make sense. Yeah, and then like there's a whole court thing, and he's like, I gotta prove my innocence. I want to prove my innocence, and he does. It's like pretty silly. Like we've been Knuckles, like it's like a Sonic and Knuckles the game where he gets confused. Dr. Robotnik tricks him, and then but like each time Knuckles and him meet, they fight. Well, apart from the carnival when they were introducing the Chaotix, which is a group that Knuckles teams up with, which has Vector the Crocodile, Espio the Chameleon, Charmy B, all self-explanatory. You got Vector's just like a music dude. Um, Espio is a ninja. Charmy B is just a kid like Tails, but he doesn't want independence or anything. And then you got these two robots that only appear for that one special issue, and then he just disappears. But like Knuckles like recruits them to protect his floating island. And like he got like a father that's like, oh, you gotta learn the ways of protecting the Guardians. Like we know his great grandfather tells Madham, it's like, oh, you're a champion. It's like what? Because like early on, like issue after 15, like he pulls up a sword that says he's the best, and like it's gonna come into play like later after 50. Like I heard that there's a reveal about Tails, but I didn't read that far. It's quite tough to um, get the Archie comics. They go for a lot of money, so I read them online. Like I try and obscure websites, but it's like kept throwing ads, so I read them. I found a different place to read them. The quality ranges from good to not good, but okay, enough of that. Let's see. Yeah, I was explaining. Oh yeah, there's Mighty the Armadillo. He's basically Knuckles but friendlier, I guess. And then there's like a fire ant named Owlet Blaze, basically like a mentor towards Knuckles. It's pretty funny, man. It turns out like Knuckles heritage, it's basically like Superman. Like it turns out they were like a prestige race. That they were advanced race, and like they built like great stuff, and then like they had to float the island up to dodge from a, a meteor or asteroid or whatever you call it. And then like when they're floating, then they turn monstrous, turn like in like a Knuckles. Okay, Tails like after the thing with the robots, like when they were trying to find him in metal, like that Sonic turned into a robot, attacked him. But after he transformed back, it's like when like at the end, like of the issue where he transformed back to normal, he proves his innocence. So I was like, I don't want to be here anymore. You don't treat me well. You and the Freedom Fighter still treat me like a kid. And then he goes into his submarine because like it established previous issues that he had a submarine that Prince Sally didn't want to put oil in because they're like, oh, you gotta put oil into the machine for it to work, and they treat him like a kid. But he saved like a seagull which was full of oil, would have oil on him, and then he did. Then he went mini adventure. No, in the main series, he went to an island. He fell in love with a robot. Well, he thought it was a real thing, Fiona the fox. And then the robotic like, ha ha ha! I tricked you, falling in love. He's like, and Taylor's like, you made me lose my innocence. And I'm like, Fiona the robotic starts punching him around, start punching the robot, start punching Tails around, starts drowning his head, start dunking him. It's like, I loved you, and then she got arrested, and then he's like put like I mean he was trapped, and then he got and then he got trapped, and then the thing with Fiona, him getting abused, punched by her, and then constantly kept having his head pushed in the water. To Fiona was trying to kill him, and then she rusted up, and then was like, I loved you, and then he just leaves for another adventure because he found a plan, and then that leads to the second issue. And then at the end of the first issue of the mini series, you see the robot had tears after it was got rusted, so maybe she gained sentience. Who knows? They didn't know. And then the second one, he goes to basically Australia. They call it then he meets Australian freedom fighters. I don't know a whole lot about them. There's just basically Australian animals like a kangaroo, and they have to fight a crocodile robot who wants to take over the world too, and plans to betray Dr. Robotnik. And then that's where Tails he goes in the crater because he was easily damaged and broken bones and stuff from the robot crocodile or alligator's forces. I think it's alligator. I don't know. Australian, no, reptile, ear, alligator. No, I think it's a crocodile. But yeah, then he met Knuckles' grandfather. It's and then he's like, Tails, you're important. Oh, I healed you up. It's I know, please. And then no, and then they defeat him. They defeat him, and then he's like, I gotta leave. I gotta do the thing that Dr. Eggman's planning to do, so they could treat them right. Bye. And then they cry you barely know him. Okay, I'm gonna have to make a part 3. So bye.